Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the card of today for the 13th of June 2016. I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. You know, the cards were really, really nice for them. They've proved very popular, and I've got a lot of lovely messages this weekend, so thank you for that. We're starting the week off with it's a lovely card. I'm using the Stretch Tarot. They're my new deck. They're absolutely stunning, and I love them. So I'm going to do this full week with the Stretch Tarot. So the card that I've pulled today, I don't know if you can see that. It's the Six of Cups. Absolutely beautiful image. I really, really do love the imagery on these cards. Now, when the Six of Cups comes in, it always speaks of the past, or something from the past. It speaks of nostalgia, and often happier, more carefree times, when things didn't matter that much. You didn't worry that much, when we're a child, we don't have the grown up adult problems that we have, as we get into adulthood, so it's a really nice to go back to that childhood feeling. So when I'm looking at this card, it's like, you may have been like looking back to the past as well, and your head might be a little bit filled with memories, like I say, sometimes a nice childlike attitude towards it. But it's, a lot of times when we think about our past, we can go over and over and over in something in our head. Now, it's strange when I look at this card, because when I'm looking at the imagery, like I say, it's beautiful, he uses mixed media. But if we can see round about here, round the edges of the card, the image is actually the image has looks like it's been water damaged. So what this is saying to me when I initially pulled this card is that I feel that there's been some tears shed about the past as well. It's like you may have been looking back and thinking how things could have been done differently as well, and like I say, a sadness. When we look at this card, the two children are there, it's very innocent, they're making each other an offer, and it's really nice. But I feel in some way that this could have possibly got tainted. And like I say, there's been tears cried over this. So I really want you to sort of look at the past and rewrite it in your head. This card has a lot of blues in it. So what this is signifying as well, I really feel, is that if there is an issue from your past that has caused you sorrow, that has been something lovely that then got tainted, I really feel it's time to talk about it, or talk to the other person involved with this as well, because the blues is all about communication, and it's all about our throat chakra. And like I say, there's not a nasty feeling here. This isn't something that I don't feel this was a huge big fallout that, where you're like, oh, I'm never going to speak to them, I hate them or whatever. I don't feel it's that at all. But I feel that there's issues there from both sides that need to be talked about, and it's like the truth needs to come out, if that makes sense. um you know we don't want to get stuck in the past. I mean, that, it's all very well reminiscent, but we don't want to get stuck in the past. A lot of times we can actually look at the past through sort of rose tinted glasses as well, and think things were a lot simpler. But we did have worries and problems then. But now they're no longer relative to us. We sort of wipe them from our memories, and we save the nice ones, or we save the sad ones. So really try and sort of bring that in. If you have a memory that keeps coming up, there may be a reason why. There's something I feel that you need to revisit with that. This card is saying as well, look at what you've endured in the past, and know that you can get through whatever is going on at the moment. It's like I say, the past is our sort of lesson book, really. I was talking last night, and I said that the Tibetans don't actually have a word for guilt. they tend to use regret instead, because what they've said is with regret is you see how you could have done something differently, and if you're presented with that again, you will then take different action to what you initially done. Whereas guilt just eats you up inside. So guilt is, it's not a productive emotion. There isn't anything comes from that apart from your inner pain. Regret, then yes, something can come from that because you learn and you know that you will do things differently if the same situation arose. So there's a lot of this coming in with this. Like I say, I always talk about regrets, and I always feel that it's better to regret something you have done than something you haven't. At least you've tried, and that is, some people never try and they sit and they never know what could have happened. If you have had an experience where you tried something, even like I say, if it didn't work out at one time, it was beautiful, I feel, because this is what this card is showing. So we can let the past define us, or we can let it destroy us. It's entirely our choice. That the only thing we can do is not change it. We can't go back and revisit it. We can't go back and change it. So what we need to do is change our thoughts about it. Or like I say, if you feel that there's things unsaid, it's time to say them. Bite the bullet, offer an olive branch, and actually say them, because I really feel that they'll be welcomed as well. Because with this card, it's often like somebody from your past can come back as well. So be prepared for that this week. I was talking to a friend of mine, David, who's a spiritual coach, and he was talking about the magic in the air at the moment. And, I feel it too. So it's always nice when you get verification. But I've always said June's going to be an important month, and this could be somebody from your past sort of making a reappearance as well. This card as well is telling you that, like, nurture your inner child today. We all a product of our upbringing. And some childhoods weren't as nice as others, but we all have that inner child still in us. And this is a time to, I mean, it's pouring down with rain today. I was 2:30 this morning. I was actually out in my garden barefoot and standing in the rain, and I was so happy. I love the rain. Anybody that knows me knows that. But, it was a childish thing to do, but it felt good. I felt good when I was doing that. So, if there had been puddles, I probably would have jumped in them or something. So this is what this card is saying, really let your inner child come out today, and have fun. I mean, if we look at the word that's on there, it's pleasure, and this is what it's about. Pleasure is pleasing yourself, something that you do that pleases yourself. So allow yourself this. You can go back to your responsibilities tomorrow, go back to adult world tomorrow, but today, really just, look at the world through childlike eyes again, and notice how much freedom this brings you as well, because that feels good when you let go of all your adult worries and things like that, and when you just act like a child, then that it really does make you feel good. So somebody once said that if you want to put life into perspective, sit and have a conversation with a 3-year-old, and they will totally do it. And they do. Children are beautiful, beautiful beings, and we can learn so much from them. you know they teach us how to daydream. I mean, I daydream quite a lot, but it's children teach us. They teach us make believe. I had my little godson here at the weekend, and he was playing with my crystals, and they were Auntie Tanya's treasure. But sitting listening to making up these stories about stuff, it was absolutely beautiful. And he's so open and so loving and so giving, and he just speaks to everybody. There's no fear there. He hasn't been tainted yet. So he's happy for no reason. So this is what you need to do today. Really let yourself be quite childlike as well. When I'm talking about memories as well, like I was before, what I want you to do as well, what's a really good exercise and what's coming in there is, like, think about how do your memories feel if you look back on a time when uh, when things were great, and you feel you start to smile, you feel that warmth, then that's good. They're good memories. But if you look back on something and you still feel sadness or you still feel pain in some way, then really look, have you really moved on from that part of the past? Because if we experience pain with something, um we haven't fully healed from it. I mentioned last week I was doing a bit of a clear out, and I came across a lot of old cards and photographs and things, and one of them was from an ex-partner. And I read the cards, and yeah, there was a little bit, it wasn't sadness, it was more, it was a melancholy feel with it, and that person's no longer in my life. But these were from years ago, and when I look back, I thought, you know what, we had a lot of good years together. It was nice. There was no pain associated with that. So that is something that I know has completely, it's gone and been buried. And when you can just remember the nice memories and look back on it with fondness, that is a really nice place to be. If you look back on a past relationship and there's still pain there, or you still hurt in a way, then there really is issues around that need to be addressed, and you will only move forward from them once you actually look at them truthfully. Take them rose tinted glasses off, or take them horrible black anger glasses off as well, and actually look at it, from the point of view of the present. um because, like I say, seeing how we feel around feelings, always around memories, always tells us whether we've still got some healing to do around that. you know um it's like you're sort of at a crossroads as well at the moment. I feel, and I think this the past is coming back to let you either go after it again and sort of another chance to put it right, or to completely shut the door on it and actually move forward. So the past shapes our character, so we have to thank everything that happened to us, even the bad stuff, because it has shaped us in a way. It does mold us in a little bit of a way. But what we need to remember as well is, this is the Six of Cups. Once we get to the seven is about it's about not settling, it's about having choices, and it's about these choices being yours. So like I say, don't ponder too much on this, but try and think of the past, and smile. Try to think of people in your past, and just think of the pleasure that they gave you at that time. Even if they're not in your life now, they did sort of inject a little bit of pleasure while they were there. And like I say, be prepared. Somebody from your past may make an appearance this week as well, but I feel it's got a nice feel rather than anything to be worried about. So I hope you like them cards. I mean, absolutely. I really, really love them. I really love how he's put them together, and I like the different meanings of them as well to the Rider Waite. So I hope you like that card. Thank you for watching again. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If anybody would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch. There's a link below that will take you to my website. There's a booking form on there, or my Facebook, Love Buddha Tarot Readings, has a book now button on it. Or you can email me at lovebuddhatarot@aol.co.uk. So there's loads of ways you can get in touch. And please, let me know if you're enjoying these new cards, because the comments have been a little bit bare for a while. Loads of people watching and liking, but nobody seems to be talking. And like I say, with this card, there's a lot of blue, so it's come on, get talking, get communicating. So please let me know in the comments whether you like these new cards and whether you like the messages that they're bringing as well. So I'm going to go and probably stand out in the rain again. It's my favourite thing to do. But have an absolutely fabulous day today. And I'll be back tomorrow with the card of today. Sat Nam.